Rosa Parks. I will start the story off by reading, and then I'll call on you guys to popcorn read. So make sure you guys are following along. Okay? My book's a little heavy. Has anybody heard of Rosa Parks before?
Yes.
David, okay, tell me about her.
She got arrested.
She got arrested for not giving up his cursing.
Good. Who else has heard about her? Jose,
You pretty much summed it
summed it up. Anybody have anything else?
She got on a bus that where the white people were at, and they told her to move the back and stay there. And, yeah, she refused.
And then that's what happened.
Yeah.
And she got arrested. Angel, you have something else?
She was sitting in a white spot.
She was sitting in the white spot?
Yeah.
White portion of the bus?
Yeah, white portion.
Okay,
She was on
how
the
many,
side.
raise your hands. I kind of missed it. How many of you guys heard of Rosa Parks before? Put your hands up. Good, and those that haven't will learn today. Okay, so Rosa Parks, she's a historical figure, and we are going to read about her. Okay, so this story is by who?
Rosa Parks.
Not Rosa Parks.
By Rita Dove.
By Rita Dove. Okay, so Rosa Parks by Rita Dove.
So.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, Diana, 1. Thank you. Okay, we know the story. Most of you guys do because you just showed me by raising your hand. One December evening, a woman left work and boarded a bus for home. She was tired, her feet ached, but this was Montgomery, Alabama in 1955. As the bus became crowded, the woman, a black woman, was ordered to give up her seat to a white passenger. When she remained seated, that simple decision eventually led to the end of segregation in the South, ushering in a new era of the civil rights movement. So raise your hand. What month was this?
1955.
Month?
December.
December. Good. What year?
1955.
And where did this take place?
Alabama.
Montgomery, Alabama. Good. Okay, Tyler.
Alabama.
This anyway.
This anyway was a story I heard from the time I was curious enough to eavesdrop on an adult conversation. I was 3 years old when a white bus driver warned Rosa Parks, well, I'm going to have you arrested, and she replied, you may go on and do so. As a child, I didn't understand how doing nothing had caused so much activity, but I recognized the template. David slaying the giant Goliath, or the boy who saved his village by sticking his finger in the dike.
Keep going.
And perhaps it is the lure of fairy tale retribution that colors the lens we look back through. Parks was 42 years old when he refused to give up her seat. She was insisted that her feet were not aching. She was, by her own testimony, no more tired than usual, and she did not plan her fateful act. I did not get on the bus to get arrested. She has said, I got on the bus to go home.
Good. So when she decided to do this, was her plan to get on that bus and say, okay, I'm going to make a change today?
No.
No. Okay. But why do you think she did this, Jose?
So that she can change the U.S.
But do you think at that moment she was really thinking like, I want to change the U.S. right at this moment?
No.
What do you think she was thinking, Angel?
She was thinking she has her rights.
Yes, she was thinking that she has her rights and she's entitled to them, right?
Yeah.
So she didn't want somebody taking that away from her. Angelina, Montgomery segregation.
Montgomery segregation laws were considered. Blacks were required to pay their fare to the driver. They did often reboard through the back door. Sometimes the bus would drive off before the customers made it to the back entrance. If the white section was full and another white customer entered, blacks were required to give up their seat and move farther to the back. A black person was not even allowed to sit across the aisle from white. At the time, 2/3 of the bus drivers or riders in Montgomery were black.
So do you think these laws were fair?
No.
No. Okay, so what, somebody raise your hand and give me one thing that blacks couldn't do when getting on the bus.
Oh, they couldn't go to the front end to move it back.
Yeah, so they got onto the bus, they paid their dues, then they had to go back off, walk all the way to the other door to get onto their section, so they couldn't walk through the middle of the bus. Huh? They get arrested.
For no reason.
And what happened, not only that, when they paid and they walked to the back of the bus, what sometimes happened?
The bus left.
The bus would leave, even though they paid, so it wouldn't wait for them to get on. What's another thing that happened on the bus?
They couldn't sit next to a white person, and if a white person wanted to take the seat, they had to give it up.
Yep, they couldn't sit across from a white person or next to a white person.
If the bus was full and another white person wanted to get on, then the black person has to scoot all the way to the back.
Yes, so even if they sat in their section where it was made for colored people, if the bus was full and they wanted to sit there, they still had to get up and give up their seat. How many of you guys think that's fair?
It's not fair at all.
It's not fair.
How many of you guys would put up with this?
Oh,
How many of you guys think you would have done what Rosa Parks did?
I would have done worse. I would have done worse.
Okay, let's continue. Let's see what else happened.
This is dressing. You just would have complained.
Okay, Quintanilla. Parks was not the first.
Parks was not the first to be detained for this offer. 8 months earlier,
Claudette.
Calvin refused to give up the key and he was arrested. And then in October, a woman named Mary Louise Smith was arrested. Smith paid the fine and was released 6 weeks later. The time was written.
Good, start right there. Okay, so Rosa Parks wasn't the first to do this. She was the one to make the change, but she wasn't the first to refuse to get up. Who are the other two?
Oh, Claudia
Mary
and Mary Louise Shane. Claudia.
Claudette, Colvin. Good job. Okay, the facts rubbed, Giovanni. The facts rubbed shiny.
On December 1st, 1955, Mr. Joseph Parks received stress for a department store order. The Fusion Avenue bus. She took a seat in the 5th row. The first row on the cooler section, the driver was saying one who had put her off the bus 12 years earlier for refusing to get off the report through the back door. He was still meeting everything she had said. Did that make her stupid? Or had her work in the NASCP her
Sensibilities.
sensibilities so that she knew what to do or more smooth or not to do. Don't struggle, don't shout, don't pay the fine.
Good. Okay, so this is not the first time this particular bus driver has done something to Rosa Parks. So they did it 12 years before that, okay? But this time, something changes in her. Do you think, one, that she's older and now she is a little bit more stubborn, or she's a little stubborn because he did this once to her? Or do you think that because she's in this organization called the NAACP, they taught her her rights and they taught her how to handle the situation?
Yep.
Don't answer me. Go with your partners and talk about it real quick. Go.
Michael.
I don't know. The NCAA was gonna. They taught her what she needed to be taught, and they taught her. So she went on that bus thinking, you know, alright, I'm gonna sit here and I'm gonna go home. But it didn't turn out that way. And now they traded.
Okay, here we go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who wants to share what they came up with or what they discussed? Justin, you want?
Go ahead and get it to.
Okay, Jose,
What happened?
you want to share what you shared with your group?
I forgot.
You forgot.
Yeah.
Let's talk about it.
What?
What did you share with your group? What do you think?
Oh, I said that she was just gonna go on the bus and she was gonna go home, but that didn't happen.
So why do you think that she handled the situation differently? Do you think she was bitter and stubborn and mad from the first time he did something to her? Or do you think that because she's with this new organization, NAACP, that they taught her how to handle the situation?
They taught her how